Heyo, Everyday Athlete Podcast Network listeners. Welcome to the debut episode of Shoutout Nation presented by RTB Awards. I am your host, Jason Bahamundi. As you have heard my voice on this network multiple times, I don't really need to introduce myself, but you probably need to know what RTB Awards is and ultimately what Shoutout Nation is in this debut episode. RTB Awards is a partnership between Joe Harden, host of Beyond the Finish Line, and myself, where we make handcrafted, unique, and custom wood awards for your events that you're racing at. And we also create memorabilia for you. If you have an idea for a one-off unique piece that you want to have as a commemorative piece for a race that you've done or a series of races that you've done, let us know. We can do it. Just go to rtbawards.com, select a quote, and we'll get one out to you. Or you can go to runtrymag.com, and RTB Awards is right there in the header menu. Now, on to Shoutout Nation. What is it and why am I doing it? Well, we know that the world can be a rough place. We know that the internet can be a rough place. And so I wanted to create an area or a space on the internet where you can come and listen for 5, 6, 7 minutes of me shouting out everyday athletes who have done something cool in the prior week, whether that is going to a run club, whether that is setting their PR or doing their very first event. I want to shout them out. I want to recognize them for doing the things that we all love doing, but we oftentimes get caught up in the minutia. Things like who eats Pop-Tarts before their run, or a couple of weeks ago, the 257 marathoner who thought that they should have a spot over a charity runner because they were a 257 marathoner. You know what I'm talking about. It's a lot of negativity oftentimes, and I'm here to break that noise by bringing some positivity, smiles, and hopefully laughs to the world of endurance sports through Shoutout Nation. And so I have 4 athletes I'm going to shout out this week, and I hope you will go and congratulate them because this is an award they had no idea was coming. They may not even want it after it's all said and done. But anyway, the very first award I have goes to Mackenzie Duncan, who is Dad Bod Cycling on Instagram and Threads. And he posted recently about an event that he was at through Zwift for Zwift Community Live 2026. And he said he was close, but no cigar. And he had no excuses. He just didn't have the fitness for it. And the reason why I love this is because of the next sentence where he says, I listen to my body and I'll be back stronger next year. Look, in a world of go harder, go longer, do all the things, this was refreshing. Here he is telling you that I've got no excuses. I just didn't have it in me for this particular event, but I'm going to come back stronger next year. I'm going to work harder over the next 365 days so that when I show up 1 year from now, I'll get to that finish line. Do you know how refreshing that is? That is super awesome. So shout out to you, Mackenzie Duncan and Dad Bod Cycling, for doing the thing that we often talk about but very rarely see, which is admitting it just wasn't your time. And that is fantastic. Next up on the shout out list is Angela Hollowell. If her name rings a bell for you, it is because she is the host of Melanin MVP, and we rebroadcast her podcast on our network. Angela wrote on Threads, I went on a social group ride with my local bike shop last night, and I made a friend. I am whole. Honestly, folks, isn't that why we do these things? Yes, PRs are awesome. Yes, first-time finish lines are fantastic. Yes, it all matters in the long run. But we're doing it so that we can build community, so we can hang out with each other, so that we can grow as people. So shout out to you, Angela Hollowell, for going out and doing something that you've never done before and making a friend along the way. That is utterly fantastic, and I appreciate you mentioning that on Threads. Number 3 shout out goes to Pat Weitzel. Pat is a member of the Everyday Athlete Clubhouse. I have had the pleasure of talking to him and interviewing him. You can find it on runtrymag.com. And he's just a great person to get to know. And he wrote, and it made me laugh. He wrote on Threads, stepping into them like a firefighter today so I can refute anyone who insists that we all put our pants on one leg at a time. Like, you know, some days you're feeling a little down and everybody's like, yeah, we all just put our pants on one leg at a time. And here's Pat taking that and wanting to make a joke out of it. And I appreciate you, Pat, for doing that. Shout out to you, my friend, Pat Weitzel, for doing that, because you know what? The day I saw that was the day I needed a laugh. And now hopefully everybody who's listening to the show or watching it on YouTube also feels the same. And now the last one. The last shout out of the week goes to Jackie Moore. Lori and I had the great pleasure of meeting Jackie at a coffee shop in New York City in December, and we managed to talk for 3.5 hours with Jackie, and it was just super fantastic. And so last week, she posted on LinkedIn and also on Threads that a film that she had worked on, a documentary called Final Finishers, had been nominated for an Emmy. And I couldn't be more ecstatic for her. I am over the moon happy for her. Not only for that accomplishment, but also because it shows that as everyday athletes, we are more than runners. We are business leaders. We are entrepreneurs. We are filmmakers. We are parents. We are brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. Some of us are grandparents too. Not me, but some of you are. But I mean, we are everyday athletes. And so when we see things like what Jackie Moore is talking about and being nominated for an Emmy, that is super cool. So congratulations to you, Jackie. Hopefully this shout out ranks right up there with you being nominated for an Emmy. That is the episode 1 of Shoutout Nation, brought to you by RTB Awards. Now, look, I'm going to find athletes, everyday athletes, to shout out throughout the week. And what I'm asking of you is, if you know of somebody who needs to be shouted out, nominate them. Email me, jason@runtrymag.com, and I'll be happy to check them out, find the thing that made you want to nominate them, and give them a shout out on Shoutout Nation, because everyday athletes, I see you. You're working really hard. You're doing the thing. You're accomplishing the thing. And honestly, your story matters. And the more we put it out there, the more we can be shouting each other out as opposed to calling each other out. Now, before I let you go, shout out to our affiliate partner, 7 Summit Snacks. They make functional chocolate, which is also fantastic tasting, and I can't get enough of it. If you're a member of the Everyday Athlete Clubhouse, you know you have a discount code inside of the website for you to use. Otherwise, make sure you head to their site, 7 Summits with an S, snacks, so it's 2 S's.com. Get your own, or join the Everyday Athlete Clubhouse, which you can do on runtrymag.com, and subscribe to become a member, and you'll get that discount code right away. Thank you all so much. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network on your favorite podcast platform. And if you're watching me on YouTube, make sure you click that little button there that says subscribe and leave us a comment. Nominate an everyday athlete so we can then follow them. I'll see you guys all next week on the next Shoutout Nation presented by RTB Awards.